You ever hear a sound so out of place it feels like a warning? That's exactly how my day started. The hum of my little drone cutting through a perfectly quiet, boring suburban morning. There I was, standing on my driveway, clutching the controller, sun coming up golden over the rooftops. And for a split second, everything was just about perfect, until I heard her voice, shrill and slicing through the calm like a bad alarm. "What do you think you're doing?" she yelled so loud I almost dropped the controller right then and there. Let me paint you a picture. Mid-50s hair teased to within an inch of its life. A crisp white blouse starched so hard it could stand up on its own, swinging a purse like it was a medieval flail. Karen. And I mean the Karen, the one who shows up in every neighborhood newsletter, the kind of legend you pray moves 2 streets over, not across from you. She came storming over, red-faced, panting, looking like she'd just sprinted a marathon in high heels. I tried to keep my voice steady. "I'm just flying my drone, ma'am. I got all the permits." But she wasn't having any of it. "Permits?" She spat the word out like I'd just confessed to arson. "This is a community. We have rules. We have decency." She's waving her arms, looking around, making sure the whole cul-de-sac is watching her perform. Honestly, if HOA presidents ever went on Broadway, she'd have a Tony. "It's just for aerial photography," I said, hoping maybe she'd calm down, but nope. "That thing is dangerous. What if it falls on someone or a child?" "Oh my God, is that your insurance?" Now at this point I can see neighbors poking through their blinds, practically popping popcorn. Everyone loves a show when they don't have to pay for tickets. "Ma'am, it's totally safe. I've been flying drones for years." She snorted. "Years irrelevant. I'm calling the police." And just like that, she had her phone out dialing with the kind of fury reserved for people who say ATM machine. The drone, meanwhile, is just hovering up there, the one quiet thing in this circus. But here's where things got weird. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a black SUV glide into the cul-de-sac tinted windows, looking a little too slick for this zip code. Doors open, and out steps a man in a suit so sharp you could cut glass with the creases. And you know what? I recognized him. State attorney. Local legend. The kind of guy who shows up at fundraisers and everybody pretends not to stare. He gives me this tiny nod like, "Hang in there, kid," and stands back, arms folded, just taking it all in. Karen naturally is too busy raising hell to notice him. She's flapping her arms, phone glued to her ears, shrieking about illegal drone activity and the downfall of civilization. "Officer, he's flying this drone illegally. He's endangering lives. Think of the children, think of the mailboxes." It was like she was auditioning for some sort of reality TV HOA edition, and honestly, she might have made it to the final round. "I tried to step and calm things down, ma'am. Really, nobody's in danger, but she cut me off sharp as a slap. Promises don't mean anything. Rules are rules." Right about then, the state attorney decides to join the party. "Karen," he says low and cool, and she stops. I mean, she actually stops talking. For a full second, the earth stood still. Her phone dipped, her eyes got big, and she started stammering. You can't just..." And he looks her dead in the eye. "Yes, I can. Unless you want this situation documented as a harassment complaint, I suggest you step back and let this gentleman finish his lawful activity." You ever see a kettle just about to boil over? That's the sound Karen made, sputtering, hands fluttering. Harassment, me. I'm enforcing the rules, but the state attorney just holds up a hand. Community standards are important, Karen. Unlawful harassment isn't. You could feel the neighborhood leaning in every window, now cracked people texting, filming, whispering. Suddenly this little suburban drama had a live studio audience. I felt a tiny bit of relief, like someone just loosened a belt that's been squeezing you all day. But Karen, oh, she wasn't done yet. Not by a long shot. She started pacing, muttering to herself, sending off angry texts, eyes darting from the SUV to me and back again. "You'll regret this," she hissed, probably more to herself than to me, but I heard it. And that's when things really kicked into high gear. Movement at the corner of the cul-de-sac, neighbors sticking their heads out, some filming, some just gawking. It was like the whole block decided today was Neighborhood Drama Appreciation Day. And sure enough, just when I thought we might be coming down from DEFCON 1, I heard the sirens. The first cop car rolled up with the siren low and the lights spinning, the kind of entrance that says, "We're here, but don't panic yet." And hot on its heels, another patrol car pulled in behind. Karen straightened up like she was about to get a medal. She stormed over to the cops, pointing at me, still going full Broadway. "I'm reporting illegal drone activity. He's flying dangerously." One officer looked over, stifled a smirk, and said, "Ma'am, do you realize the state attorney is here?" That's when Karen's jaw about hit the pavement. She stammered, eyes darting, phone nearly slipping out of her hand. The state attorney steps forward, smooth as silk. "And I can personally vouch for this gentleman. He's flying legally, safely, and within the law." For a second, it got real quiet. Neighbors were just waiting for the next fireworks. Karen, of course, wasn't having any of it. She whipped out a little notebook from her purse. Yeah, she actually had a notebook, scribbling furiously, muttering about bylaws, loopholes, community standards. She looked like she was plotting the Normandy invasion in real time. I thought maybe, just maybe, we were done. But then twist time, a new figure stepped into the ring. Tall, sharp, clipboard in hand. City code enforcement, the kind of guy whose walk says he knows exactly what a 4-inch grass height looks like. Karen almost sprinted over to him, waving her notebook like a warrant. "This is illegal. He's a menace." The officer calmly flipped through her notes. "Ma'am, these are complaints about a hobby drone," she snapped back. "He's endangering the neighborhood." "Okay," the officer said deadpan. "Let's take a look at the drone." The state attorney gave me a nod. "Show him how safe it is." So I brought the drone down, hovering just above the pavement. The code officer took a look, asked a couple questions, gave the controller a little once-over, and finally he just smiled. "Nothing wrong here. Operate safely, follow FAA regulations, and you're good." Karen's face, well, if looks could kill, I'd be writing this from the afterlife. For the first time, she just deflated, like someone let the air out of a parade balloon. Hands shaking, she started scribbling again, desperate for a new angle. But the neighbors were right there, some openly laughing now, a few even clapping. The power shift was real. Suddenly, she was the one on the defensive. Then the state attorney leaned in, told the officer, "Maybe just a friendly reminder for the community that people can enjoy legal hobbies in peace." The officer nodded, jotted something down. "Consider it a note for community guidance." Karen looked like she'd swallowed a lemon whole. You could tell she wanted to scream, but the words got stuck somewhere between her pride and her purse. The crowd started to drift back inside, folks waving, a few giving me the old "nice job" thumbs up. I landed the drone hand, still shaking, feeling that weird rush you get after a car accident. Adrenaline relief and a little bit of, did that really just happen? Karen lingered on the curb, already plotting the next newsletter, probably with my name in bold print. But for once, the street was quiet again, just the way it started. I took a breath, grinned, and muttered, "Only in this neighborhood." It hit me then. Some fights aren't about winning or losing. Sometimes it's just about standing your ground and letting the world see how ridiculous things can get when people start swinging rule books like battle axes. The legend of the drone incident was born that morning. But to me, it was just the day Karen learned not every hero wears a cape. Some of us just fly drones and mind our business. So that's my wildest HOA showdown. One simple drone flight won. Karen and one unexpected state attorney tag team. If you stuck around to the end, do me a favor, smash that like button. It helps way more than, you know. And hey, drop a comment. Have you ever had a run-in with an HOA or survived your own Karen moment? I read every single story, and I swear some of you could write books. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell because who knows, next week it might be my neighbor's koi pond or a flamingo statue or Karen coming back for round 2. And tell me, do you think the rules are about keeping order or just giving power to people like Karen? Let the debate begin.